is Joanna, and welcome to your evening yin class. The three characteristics of yin are depth, stillness, and time. So first things first, we're going to start off in a toe squat. So coming up onto all fours, just going to tuck our toes underneath and then slowly just push our bums back so that we're sitting on our heels. Good. And this might be enough of a stretch for you today. However, if you'd like to take it up a level, just slowly walking those hands up the knees. You might have to unleash that little pinky toe there. And then just taking a deep breath in. Tall spine, exhale, sitting back onto those heels. Breathing here. Take a deep breath in and sigh it out. Letting everything go. So when we say that the three characteristics of yin yoga are depth, stillness, and time, first we're going to find our depth, so our edge, wherever that is, and it's different for everybody. So you're going to get into your pose, and you're going to find where you feel the pose in that target area. And each pose has a target area. So in this particular pose, the target area is the tops of our feet, our toes. We're just stretching out all of those tendons between our toes. If this is too much for you, you can always come forward onto your hands, just releasing a little bit of pressure from that pose. If you find that your bum doesn't quite meet your heels, you can always put a pillow or a block on your heels as well. That just takes off some of the pressure from your toes. And because of the intensity of this pose, we're only going to hold this one for 2 minutes. So the second characteristic of yin yoga is stillness, which can be difficult when you're in a challenging pose like toe squat. So in order to maintain stillness, we need to calm the mind. And in order to calm the mind, we focus on our breath. So we're going to inhale for 3 deep breaths and exhale for the count of 3. Focusing on our Ujjayi breath. So that will be your Darth Vader breath. So you can practice that through your mouth. So take a deep breath in and sigh it out like Darth Vader. The Ujjayi breath is the filtration of your breath, but we do that with our mouths closed. So take a deep breath in and Darth Vader breath with your mouth closed through your nose. So you're breathing with volume. And breathing through any discomfort. Again, there should be discomfort, but no pain. If you find that there is pain, then you've gone too deep into the pose. And the final characteristic of yin yoga is time. So when we first are put into our yin poses, our first reaction is for our muscles to contract, to try and save the joint, because it believes that we're going to go too far and possibly hurt the joint. So our muscles will tighten around the joint. With time, by holding the pose, you'll start to realize that your muscles will slowly begin to relax. This allows us to get into those deep tissues, the ligaments, the tendons, the fascia. And that is where the mobility is, in the joint. Those are our harder, plasticky tissues. And so by holding the pose for anywhere between 2 to 4 minutes, we allow those muscles to completely relax, and we can get right into those joints, into those ligaments, into that deep tissue. Take one last deep breath in. And coming out of the pose, come onto all fours, remove any blocks or anything that you may have. We're just gonna slowly point our toes, bring some blood flow back. Maybe sit back into a child's pose, countering that flex in our toes. You can even start to tap the tops of your feet, just bringing some blood flow into the tops of your feet, into those toes, and then widen the toes and make a fist with your feet. Good. So scooching over onto your bum, bringing your feet out straight in front of you. Flex those feet and then just let them relax. Just let them fall. And just notice any feeling that you have in your toes, in your feet, moving up your calves. If you feel a release of energy or a gush of energy going towards those toes now that we've blocked off that energy for some time. So our next pose is going to be butterfly. So bringing the bottoms of your feet together, knees come wide. Now, listening to your body, wherever you are today, you can bring your heels away from your body if you need a little bit more of a relaxing pose, if this is a little bit too intense for you. If you need a little bit more of a challenge, bring those heels closer to your body. And if you find that your knees aren't exactly coming close to the ground, or you feel like you need a bit of support, you can always use your blocks or pillows, anything that you have, and just place them underneath your knees here. Now, over time, which is our third characteristic, your muscles will slowly start to let go and relax, and these knees will naturally just come closer towards the mat. So I like to remove the blocks because you can actually visibly see when you speed up a yoga video, you can see the muscles relax. It's really interesting. And you'll see those knees starting to come closer to the mat with gravity. So once you've found that depth, we're just going to straighten our spine. So take a deep breath in, top of the head comes towards the ceiling, reach up. And on your exhale, hinge at your waist and start to bring your chest, not your nose or your chin, towards your toes. So you're hinging and not rounding. And once you've come down as far as you think you can, you slowly start to drop the head. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and relax all of your muscles. And breathing into that target area, breathing into those hips, into the groin, wherever you feel this pose. If you need to relax a little bit more, if holding your head up is causing you to tense, you can always take some pillows or blocks, place them on your feet, and rest your head on the pillows. Remembering that we want to relax all the muscles to get into that target area. So focusing on your breath and on the stillness, relaxing your mind, letting any thoughts that you brought with you to class just roll off your back. Just being here and now in this present moment on your mat. And yoga means union. So we are uniting the mind and the body. So this is our opportunity to close our eyes, go inside, and listen to any messages our body has to tell us, any thoughts that may come up that may have been silenced during our busy lives, our busy day. This is your time for quiet reflection and getting to know yourself. Taking a deep breath and just noticing where you feel that in your body. Noticing that your breath goes to that target area. And with each exhale, allowing your muscles to relax, allowing you to come deeper into the pose. Maybe also noticing what thoughts cause your muscles to tense. That there's a direct correlation between our thoughts and our body. And maybe we don't notice in our day-to-day lives that when we think particular thoughts, we have a physical reaction. So just reminding yourself to relax your jaw. Let your tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. Dropping those shoulders, releasing your hands, letting those knees get closer and closer to the mat. Take a deep breath in, sigh it out. Letting go of any worries, anything that doesn't serve you, anything you don't need to bring on your mat today. Listening to your body and checking in with any sensations you might be having. Maybe the sensation has changed from your groin to your lower back. Maybe noticing your chest and your nose coming closer to your toes. One last deep breath in. And on your exhale, slowly pushing up, slowly, slowly, slowly. Head coming up last. Good. Just bringing those hands behind you so wrists are facing your bottom. Bringing those feet wide. And just windshield wipering those knees. Just releasing that stretch. It's another intense one. And then maybe just coming long on your mat into a mini Shavasana. Letting it all go, sinking into your mat. And just feeling any energy rushes, any blood flow. Listening to your body. And noticing any changes. How you feel now versus how you felt when you got into the pose. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, coming back up to sit on your mat. And so now we're going to do the half butterfly, which is similar to what we just did. Only we're going to tuck one foot in and extend the other leg. So your left foot comes to the inside of your right thigh, and just adjusting your seat, just making sure that you're rooted into the mat, your sit bones are completely rooted, flexing that right foot. Take a deep breath in, reach up, And on your exhale, you're going to pivot your chest to face that flexed right foot, and then start to hinge at the waist and lower that chest towards your knee. Again, when you feel that you've reached your depth, drop those arms, drop the head. Once again, if this is too much of a stretch for you, if you feel this in your lower back, if this is painful for you at all, you can always lean forward rather than towards your extended leg. You can use your props, use your pillows, placing them in front, maybe stacking the arms. If this is where you are today. Otherwise, your chest is reaching towards that extended leg. And taking a deep breath here. Exhale, relax all the muscles in your body. Letting those hands weigh heavy on the floor. Letting your elbows reach towards the floor. Relaxing the jaw. Relaxing the forehead. That crease between your eyebrows. Let it go. Letting the head fall. And with each inhale, just noticing where you feel that target area. Where is that in your back today? With each exhale, allowing gravity to do the work, allowing your head and chest to drop closer towards that extended leg. Inhales, lengthen the spine. Exhales, allow you to lower. Taking this time to just be alone with your thoughts, with the sensations in your body, and what your body is telling you today. What areas need a little bit more love, a little bit more attention. Maybe thinking how we could change things in our day-to-day life to give those areas maybe a rest, maybe a little more attention, things we could do differently. Breathe in for 3 and exhale for 3, sinking even lower. Noticing with each exhale, your muscles begin to release, allowing us to get into those joints, into those deep tissues that we don't otherwise get to focus on in our day-to-day lives. On your next inhale, slowly walk your hands up, coming to sit up tall. Good. Top of the head reaches towards the sky. Hands come behind you, wrists towards your bum. We're just going to windshield wiper those legs again. Releasing that lower back. And just noticing if you feel differently on one side than the other. Letting those legs come long. Maybe giving them a little shake, a little tap. Leaning back and relax. And just notice the difference between your right leg and your left leg. So the This is what yin yoga is about, is creating balance. We add yin, slow movements, slow breathing to our lives to counter the yang events in our life. So just bringing that right foot to the inside of your left leg this time. Again, adjusting your sit bones, rooting into the mat, flexing that left foot. For our half butterfly on the opposite side. Again, wherever you are today is perfectly okay. Listen to your body. And one side might be different than the other. So maybe on your opposite side you came forward. And maybe on your left side you could try to hinge towards your extended leg. This is about you and your relationship with your body. So listen to your body. Maybe try it out. And then go forward anyway. Take a deep breath in, reach up. Turn towards that extended leg and hinge at the waist, reaching towards that foot. And once you've hit your depth, hit your edge. You can't go any further, drop the arms. On your next exhale, drop the head, releasing all your muscle activity. And let gravity do the work here. If you find that this is hard on the back of your knee, that it hurts to be extended, you can always use a block or a pillow underneath that knee. Maybe try that out. It will also help you to come a little bit closer to that knee. Again, this is about you and your practice. So getting to know your body and how your body works. You'll get to know what you require for each practice and maybe noticing the difference between each practice. So using a block and not using a block. Take a deep breath in, extend that spine. Exhale, lower closer towards your knee. Dropping the hands, allowing them to weigh heavy on the floor. Allowing those elbows to weigh towards the mat. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, release any tension from your shoulders and your upper back. Focusing on your breath. Every time you feel your mind start to wander, that monkey mind creeping back in, thinking about your daily activities, the past, the future. Come back to your breath, which brings you back into the present. Right here, right now, on your mat. Giving yourself this gift of alone time with your thoughts. Stretching out that body, giving some love to those deep tissues that we don't get to during our daily lives. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. And again, tuning into your body and any sensations in your body on this side. Maybe they're different than they were on the right. Maybe you feel this pose in a different place. Maybe more in your lower back than in your hamstring on this side. Maybe you notice you come a little deeper on your left than your right, or vice versa. And knowing that it's okay to spend a little extra time on the side that needs a little extra love. Our goal with yin and with life is to create balance. So balancing the two sides, balancing our practice the yin and a yang, because that's where we are most optimal, mentally and physically. Take one last deep breath in. And slowly start to walk those hands up, sitting up tall, top of the head reaches towards the sky. Take a deep breath in, reach up. And just swing those arms behind you, wrists come to your bum, leaning back. And just wiggling those legs, shaking them out. Bring those feet wide and windshield wiper those legs. Now that we've done both sides, we'll take a mini Shavasana. So coming to lay on your back, slowly lower to your mat. Take a deep breath in and let it all go. Let your body melt into the mat. Start to feel heavy. Feel supported by the earth. Now tuning in to your body and noticing any sensations in your body, any rushing of energy, any tingling. Do your feet feel warmer now? Your circulation feels a little better. Again, this is about inquiry and getting to know our own bodies. On your next exhale, push up, starting to sit up tall. Good. You're just going to slide your bum back. Again, rooting those sit bones into the mat, sitting up tall here. Keeping those pillows or your blocks close by in case you need them. So coming into caterpillar pose or forward fold in our yang practices. Again, if this is uncomfortable for you to sit this way, we're going to be holding this pose for about 3 minutes. So if this is too much, sitting with your legs extended, take a block or a pillow and just place it underneath the back of your knees. And just allow your legs to relax into this pose. If not, keep those legs extended. Top of the head reaches towards the sky, straightening that spine. Take a deep breath in, reach up. And on your exhale, hinge at the waist, reaching for those toes, listening to your body. And once you feel you can't go any lower, without forcing, just natural gravity, drop the arms. Take a deep breath in, extend that spine, top of the head towards the toes. Exhale, let gravity do the work. Drop your head towards your knees. Big exhale. Take a deep breath in. Extend the spine, and on your exhale, release all the effort, all your muscles. Release those feet. Let the calves start to melt into the mat. Release the glutes, feeling completely supported by the earth below. Release any effort in the upper arms, the upper back, the shoulders. On your exhale, let that go. Releasing the jaw. Letting that tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. Noticing if you're frowning. Release those eyebrows. And coming back to your breath whenever you need to. Whenever you find your thoughts starting to wander. Inhale for 3. Exhale for 3. And keeping this up
as long as you need to. Eventually, you may start to notice that subtle thoughts will creep in. Just acknowledge them and let them wash over you like a wave. Thinking of our thoughts like the waves of the ocean, allowing the thought to crest, acknowledging it, watching it break and wash away, allowing the next thought to come up. And maybe just listening to what these thoughts are trying to tell you. Maybe thoughts that you've put aside during your day-to-day life. Maybe thinking you don't have time to deal with these things. And not placing good or bad on any of the thoughts. And just acknowledging them. Not even placing an action on the thoughts. Just bearing witness to what your mind may have to say. Taking a deep breath in, extend the top of the head towards the toes. Exhale, let gravity do the work, slowly lowering your head towards your knees. On your next deep inhale, notice where you feel this in your body. And maybe noticing that your breath automatically goes to that target area. That maybe that target area needs that extra oxygen. And noticing if that's different, this practice, than maybe another practice. Maybe noticing if your head is closer to your knees now than it was when you first got into this pose. On your next inhale, slowly walk those hands up, straightening the spine. Top of the head reaches towards the sky. And then slowly start to lower on your mat, coming into mini Shavasana. Letting those feet come wide, taking a deep breath. And on your exhale, completely letting go. Maybe on your inhales, think the word let. And on your exhale, think the word go. This pose is our rebound between our yin poses. We take a rebound in order to allow the energy and the blood to flow freely through those body parts that we've just cut off with our yin pose. Thinking of our body as a house. When we come into a yin pose, we close off the vent to one of our rooms. We allow that energy and heat to build in the rest of the house. So when we come into our rebound, we open up that vent and allow that pressure, that energy, that heat to rush into that room where we've closed off that vent. So just rolling onto your side, coming into the fetal position, slowly pushing yourself up, taking a drink of water if you have one. Always encourage to drink water in a yin practice,
because we are releasing all those toxins, all that stress that we store in our joints. So we're just going to come into some counter poses because we've just done a lot of forward folds and lower back work. So we're going to open up that chest, open up the throat, open up those shoulders. So we're coming into a fish pose. So if you have blocks or pillows, place your block or pillow on its edge. So this is going to come along your spine and just allow your spine, your shoulders to open up on either side of the pillow. And then maybe place your other block or pillow for your head to rest on behind that first block. So maybe backing your bum up towards the edge of this block or pillow, and then slowly starting to come back. Again, placing it wherever it feels good to you. Placing your elbows down. So it's sort of like you're watching your kids on the beach. And then from here, allow your head to come back, opening up that chest, opening up that throat, coming into this very vulnerable pose. So shining our hearts to the sky, our throats to the sky. And if this is too hard on your shoulders, you can always relax your shoulders. And just really bringing those shoulders together, those shoulder blades together. Allowing the head to rest back, opening up that throat. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, completely relax all of your muscles, allowing all your muscles to sink into the mat. Allow your heels to feel heavy, weighing into the mat. Allow your calves to release any tension they're holding, feeling them spread onto the mat below. Releasing any tension in your thighs, in your glutes. Completely melting, completely feeling supported by the earth. Knowing your body does not need to protect itself, that you are being protected. Releasing any tension in the hands, the fingers, allowing them to feel heavy. Letting the elbows sink into the floor. Take a deep breath in, opening up that chest. Feeling where you feel this pose, wherever that may be in your body today. Maybe you feel it in your chest, the opening of those ligaments. Opening of all those soft tissues between your ribs. Maybe you feel it in your lower back after countering those forward folds. Maybe you can take a deeper breath. The assistance of the block or the pillow behind you. Opening up those ribs. And again, just acknowledging any thoughts that you have on this pose. In life, we tend to have rolled shoulders, hunched back. When we drive, when we're on our phones, when we read, when we're sitting at our desks, when we're eating. So it's not often in life that we put ourselves out there, exposing our hearts, exposing our throat. So sometimes thoughts of vulnerability can come up. Again, just acknowledging those thoughts.
And maybe asking yourself why you feel vulnerable. Maybe asking yourself what it is you're trying to protect. Why the rolled shoulders and the hunched back feels safer than an exposed heart. And maybe just saying to yourself, from now on, I will lead with my heart and let people get to know the real me without protecting, without guarding. Breathing deeply into this pose and reminding yourself to relax your lower body. Relax those arms. And slowly starting to come out of this pose, roll onto your side, placing your head on your arm, removing any blocks or obstacles. And again, coming to lay on your mat in a mini Shavasana, palms open towards the sky. And notice what you're feeling here. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, melt into the mat, melt into the earth. Allow your body to feel heavy. Again, notice any sensations, any tingling, any heat, any rushing of blood, any sensations in your chest, in your back. And from here, rolling onto your side and coming into a tabletop position on your mat. So stacking your joints, hips come over your knees, shoulders are over your elbows, elbows are over your wrists. And we're coming into a melting heart pose, also known as a puppy pose in our yang practice. So keeping your hips stacked over top of your knees, start to slowly walk your hands out. Again, this is another heart opener, another counter pose to all those forward folds. We're going to open up that chest, open up those shoulders. So allow your hands to come probably just as wide as the mat. And then bring your chest down towards the mat. Maybe this is too much for you today. And if that's the case, that's fine. You can always use a bolster, a pillow, a block underneath your chest, and just allow yourself to come down onto that. Maybe you want a pillow or a block for your forehead. Again, we're going to be holding this pose for 3 minutes. So make sure that you're comfortable. Make sure that you can release all tension from your body. So making any adjustments you need here. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, let it all go. Release any tension from your body anywhere. Relaxing those toes. Relaxing your hands, your arms. Feeling that target area, maybe in your lower back, maybe in your chest. And coming back to your breath. Inhale for 3.
And exhale for 3. Noticing if you feel tension in your toes. On your exhale, let those toes melt into the mat. Noticing any tension in your fingers. Releasing the tension from your hands, your forearms. Take a deep breath in. And noticing where you feel this pose. Allowing your chest to continue to make contact with your bolster, with the mat, your block, whatever you're using today. Opening up that heart again. Countering those rolled shoulders. Creating space between those vertebrae. Noticing any thoughts that are coming up. Noticing how you deal with the pose, how you deal with the yin, how you deal with the silence of being alone with your own thoughts. And maybe our first reaction is to distract ourselves, to reach for a phone or a TV, something to keep us entertained. Maybe there's something that we're trying to avoid. Our to-do list, keep ourselves busy. Yin is the perfect opportunity to acknowledge any of those thoughts that have been trying to get our attention in our day-to-day lives when we look for distraction. And again, just being in complete self-inquiry here. And acknowledging what comes up. So this doesn't mean you need to address these thoughts, that you need to take action. It's just an acknowledgement. Maybe I wonder where that came from. I didn't even know I thought that. And let the thought wash away as quickly as it pops up. Let it roll off those shoulders. Relaxing your jaw. Relaxing your tongue. Relaxing your forehead. Releasing your toes. And on your next inhale, slowly start to walk your hands back to your shoulders. Coming back into tabletop, removing any obstacles, any blocks, pillows, or bolsters. And coming down onto your stomach this time for a rebound. So just stacking your hands one on top of the other and placing your forehead on your hands. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, release all your muscle tension. Let those heels fall away from each other. Let those thighs slowly melt into the mat.
Releasing any tension in your glutes, your abdominals, your upper back, shoulders, your jaw. And noticing any sensation, anything in the lower back, anything in the hamstrings. Noticing if your body feels differently now than when you got on your mat. Maybe not. Again, this is our opportunity to get to know ourselves and our practice and how our practice affects us. And slowly bringing your hands underneath your shoulders, pushing up, pushing back into a child's pose. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, sigh it out. Letting everything go. Connecting your forehead with your mat. Coming back up. And rolling over, coming onto your back. We're going to do another heart opener, again countering those forward folds. So just bend your knees, bringing the bottoms of your feet to your mat. Just clasping behind your knees and slowly starting to roll down, vertebrae by vertebrae, until your back is on the mat. Good. So coming into a bridge pose, again, we're going to be opening up those shoulders, maybe countering those forward folds. So using any blocks or anything that you have with you, pillows, bolsters. So just taking those fingertips and touching your heels. Take a deep breath in. Slowly start to lift those hips up off the mat. Coming up as high as you can while keeping those knees together. And once you feel that pose, when you feel it in maybe your lower back, in your legs, you can use your props and place them underneath your lower back, just to hold you in this position. And again, keeping those knees together. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, releasing any tension. So in these poses, it's important to keep that chin away from your chest, allowing yourself to completely breathe. You don't want your chin tucked in to your chest, cutting off your airway. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it all go. Let your body melt into the mat. Releasing all the tension in your muscles. And again, noticing what's coming up for you here. Noticing any distraction, any noise in the room, and allowing your mind and your body to tune that out. It is very easy to listen to our thoughts, to meditate in a completely quiet room with no distractions. However, life does not always present us with those opportunities. It is up to us to be able to calm our minds, to go inside, to calm our thoughts, especially when there is distraction, especially when everything around us is busy and chaotic. These yin practices are an amazing gateway to meditation. Beginning that conversation between your mind and your body. Allowing yourself to notice sensations in your body you don't otherwise notice unless you're sitting quietly and still. And by practicing our yin, we can bring our yin into our yang life. Maybe on a busy train or bus, a busy office space, at home with kids and animals running around. Whatever your life has for you, know that you can always close your eyes, focus on your breathing, start to listen to your thoughts, and let them wash over you like a wave, bringing you into the present moment as an observer of life. Noticing that you are not what is going on around you, that you are an observer, participant, an energy in this world, not allowing that energy to be absorbed by you, but just being present in the energy. Take a deep breath in. Relax your feet, relax your thighs, relax your glutes, your lower back. Release your upper back into the mat, feeling completely supported. Allow your arms to weigh heavy into the mat. Your hands to weigh heavy. On your next inhale, lift those hips up high and remove any props you may be using. Slowly release those hips to the ground. Let those legs come long, opening up those palms to receive any energy, any prana. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, feel your body melting into the mat, feeling heavy. Noticing any sensations. Slowly rolling onto your side. Good. Pushing yourself up. And we're just going to come into another heart opener. But this is also going to be focusing on our thighs. So coming forward into tabletop. Going to push back as if you're coming into a child's pose. From here, walk your hands up your legs and then keep going until you're reaching behind you. Your wrists are coming, pointing at your bum. Your fingertips are pointing away from you. So this is toe stretch. So it's the opposite of our toe squat, which was our first pose tonight. Now, if you want to come a little bit deeper, you can slowly start to come down onto your elbows. Maybe you feel this in your quads, and this is enough for you. If it's in your practice, you can come down all the way to your back. However, if you can't feel anything in your quads, in your toes, you can start to lean back, lifting those knees up. If you'd like, you can start to hang your head back, looking up to the sky, dropping that head, opening up the chest, opening up that throat again. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, relaxing all of your muscles. Noticing where you feel this pose. There's a lot happening with this pose here. Feel it in our feet, in our toes, maybe in our quads, in our chest, in our throat. Take a deep breath in and notice where that breath goes. Maybe it's your lower back. Maybe it goes straight to your thighs. And slowly coming out of the pose. Start to sit up. Pushing up with your hands first. Lowering those knees to the ground. Coming into tabletop. Bringing those knees wide. Toes come together, wide-legged child's pose, forehead comes down to the mat. Take a deep breath in. And exhale it all out.